Alright guys, so in this video, Next Level, we're going to talk about the Facebook groups strategy. So, Facebook groups is great. It's a great way to get leads. First, what we're going to do is talk about how to join as many groups as you can. And then we're going to go over how to the perfect ad for Facebook. Because every platform is a little different. The perfect ad for Craigslist is going to be a little different than the perfect ad for Facebook groups. Perfect ad for Facebook groups will be a little bit different than the perfect ad for apps and Marketplace. And even like the perfect ad for Letgo is like a little bit different than the perfect ad for Marketplace. That's why it's so important to kind of go through each of these videos. So we're going to go over the perfect ad for Facebook groups and then how often to post. So let's dive right into it. First, we're going to join as many groups as we can. When you do this right, you'll probably get in about 100 groups. And I'm going to go ahead and open up my Facebook so we can go ahead and get to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to join buy-sell trade groups. We're going to join buy-sell trade groups. Why join buy-sell trade groups? Because buy-sell trade groups are for people, it's kind of like Craigslist but on Facebook. It's for people that have stuff for sale, for people to advertise. You get to advertise what you have for sale, right? So it's designed for people that are interested in selling their stuff to post their stuff they have, interested in trading stuff to post the stuff they want to trade, and interested in buying stuff. You'll see other people in there. You'll see people probably selling maybe carpet cleaning services and people wanting to buy used cars. It's like a thing, right? So it's kind of like Craigslist, but on Facebook. Because of this, there's certain rules. Rule number 1 is no need to disguise ads at all. On the apps in the Marketplace, right, we have to disguise the images and have less than perfect images and less than perfect titles and descriptions to get the ads to stick. You don't have to do that here. Why is that? Because someone makes a group for buy, sell, trade where it's designed for people to post. One of the things it's designed to do is for people that can post stuff in there for stuff they want to buy. So we can be totally open. We don't have to disguise anything. Does that make sense to you guys? We don't have to disguise anything because the group is basically saying, if you got something you want to buy, post it here. And we're saying, I want to buy some smartphones so we can be totally open with it. That's like one of the rules they understand. The other rule to understand is some groups will ban you. Because some groups have stupid rules where it's like they only want you to post about what you have to sell once, and they monitor it, and a whole bunch of stupid stuff like that. That's fine. Post in those groups anyway and let them kick you out. With this strategy, you're probably going to get in about 100 groups. I'm in like 150 groups. So I join 150 groups. There's, got the 70% rule. So it's usually a little less here, but it's like, let's say that 15 to 20% of the groups don't like that I post in there like about once a week. So they remove me. So, boo-hoo. I still got like 110 groups I can post in. That's just fine. We have no issues whatsoever with that. Still enough groups to post in. So that's a strategy behind that. And then I guess rule number 3 is don't overdo it. So we were going to talk at the end of the video, but we want to post 8 ads a day. 8 ads a day in buy-sell trade groups. That's what we want to do. If you post 20 or 30 ads a day, I've seen too many people do it where they post 20 or 30 ads a day in Facebook groups and their account gets suspended. Like they can't post for like 2 weeks or it gets flagged. We don't want to overdo it. Okay, I'm all about 10xing everything. I got Grant Cardone's 10x thing on my wrist right now. But in Facebook groups, it's medium steady wins the race. I don't like to say slow and steady, but medium steady. 8 ads a day in Facebook groups is what we want to do. 8 ads a day in Facebook groups. That's what we want to do. We don't want to be doing 20, 30, 40 ads a day in Facebook groups. That's too much. 8 ads a day in Facebook groups. So that's how often to post. Now let's talk about how to join the groups. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a strategy to basically join every single buy-sell trade group in your area. This is a strategy I came up with. I've never seen anyone teach this before. And it's very powerful and it works very, 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 very well. So, what we're going to do is I live in St. Louis. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for buy, sell, trade, St. Louis. Or it's actually going to be St. Louis, buy, sell, trade. So this is like the city that I'm in. So let's go ahead and we're going to go right over to Facebook. And we're going to go to search. And we're going to type in Facebook, St. Louis, buy, sell, trade. And then we always go to groups. So after we type this in, and so we're all on the same page. And Facebook at the top where it says search, we're just going to search Facebook, buy, sell, trade. We're not going to do anything fancy. You're going to log into Facebook, go to the top. If you don't have a Facebook, you definitely want to make a Facebook, especially because Facebook is good. That's how you're going to be in Next Level's group. And you definitely want to be in Next Level's group. I mean, people post screenshot conversations. I'll post some of my conversations every now and then. Different things and tricks and tips and stuff in the Facebook group. It's a community. The Facebook group is unbelievably powerful. So, you know, if you don't have Facebook, definitely make sure you have Facebook, right? So you're going to type in buy, sell, trade in the top of Facebook and hit enter. Then we're going to go right over here where it says groups, Groups. We're going to hit click. And this is all the buy, sell, trade groups. And it'll have different words. See how this says St. Louis buy and sell. I'm already joined that. This says buy, sell, trade. And this is St. Louis, St. Peter's, and all these other, but then it also has St. Louis in here. And these are like just other counties or smaller places inside St. Louis. I don't know the term for it. St. Louis, buy, sell, swap, trade. So they have different names, but it's all the same. So you want to start joining them. Now, pro tip, you don't want to join too many in a day. If you join, 50 groups in a day, Facebook usually, they don't like that. And there's a good chance they'll put a block on it. You won't be able to join for like a couple weeks or something. Slow and steady wins the race for this. Join 10 groups a day. Join 10 Facebook groups a day and you'll be just fine. So we're going to join, I would join this, and join this, and join this. And this is actually on my rented account, because if I showed you on my real account, you would see that I'm already in all these groups. And then, and sometimes they'll ask you questions, like, where are you from, right? And I just say St. Louis. Or if it's like a specific suburb, and they say, hey, this is only for people in this suburb, but let's say it's like 20 minutes from me and I don't live there, I just say I live there. I want to get in the group. Trade, buy, sell, trade, see, so there's all these ones. Now, this is for teachers. So, I'm not going to join this one because this is like teachers. And this is hockey. So I'm not going to join it because this is just about hockey. I just want standard buy, sell, trade groups. Buy, sell, trade. So I would join all these, right? I'll do 10 a day. Sorry, 10 a day. Now once you join max out on these, then what we're going to do is we're going to type in St. Louis, and listen, you're just going to keep going through this, right? I mean, you'll get, depending on your area, you might only join 50 or 60. You might join a couple hundred. Then after you max out on all these, then you're going to go to St. Louis. Instead of buy, sell, trade, you're going to type in BST. Because BST is an abbreviation for buy, sell, trade. And there's some groups where they abbreviate it, St. Louis BST, where it's a buy, sell, trade group, but they just don't write out buy, sell, trade. So this will pull up more listings. See, so with this, St. Louis, St. Charles, this is all in the area. BST. So this, I don't believe, pulled up before. But this is still a buy, sell, trade group. It just didn't show up because it's abbreviated for BST. This is real estate. I'm not going to do real estate because I'm not looking to network in real estate. BST. Boom, boom, boom. BST group. You guys see this? West County. And look, if you join it, do you promise to read and comply? Of course. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right? Guys, we're not overthinking this. We're getting in groups so we can post and we can make money. St. Louis, I'm not sure what LLL means, but it says buy, sell, trade. Louisville buy, sell, trade. If this is a normal buy, sell, trade, I would join it. See, so BST pulls up stuff that buy, sell, trade won't. BST is abbreviation for buy, sell, trade. So first, we're going to do St. Louis buy, sell, trade. Or your area, right? So Austin, Texas, buy, sell, trade. Then we're going to do Austin, Texas, BST. Then we're going to do St. Louis swap. Because swap is another word for like trade. And there's usually some groups that show up that will just say swap that don't say buy, sell, trade. This is buy, sell, swap, trade. So this will probably show up for buy, sell, trade. In fact, it did. We don't have to do diapers. We're not trying to do that. Mommies, we're not doing this. We're not mommy to mommy. Like St. Louis, swap and shop. All right, see? And listen, if you click it, it says this garage door. So let's see. Please read, bump, blah, 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 a bunch of junk. I don't know. I never read the rules. No need to do any of that because I'm going to post anyway. And if you like it, you keep me in. If not, kick me out. I'm here to make money, not keep everyone happy. And the worst case is they think I violated the rules. They kick me out. And, that's okay. It's their group. They get to manage the rules. Everyone's happy. St. Louis, buy, sell, swap, right? So by typing in, look at this, swap and sell. See, so they usually won't show up for BST or buy, sell, trade. So doing swap, you get a bunch of swap. Swap shop. Let's swap it, right? We do swaps. And the final one is Craigslist. St. Louis Craigslist. Because sometimes they'll have it for Craigslist. See, Craigslist St. Louis. Probably wouldn't have shown up for buy, sell, trade because there's no buy, but it's Craigslist, so we would join this. Craigslist. Sell it now, buy it cheap. Join. St. Louis parties. I don't think I'm joining that. I mean, it doesn't hurt to join, right? But whatever. BST group. I'm probably already joined that. Craigslist. Casual encounters. Well, we wouldn't join that. So then we got some Craigslist. So that's it. We're for joining Facebook groups, and this strategy is important because this is going to get you in a ton of groups. Like, again, I created this whole thing right here, and this is going to get you in. I mean, you're going to get in like every single group. Now, after we do this, so first is buy, sell, trade, then BST, then swap, then Craigslist. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the map. So we're going to go to the map. We're going to type in St. Louis. We're going to go to St. Louis in Google, and then we're going to pull up the maps. So, Austin, Texas in Google. We're going to pull up the maps. And then I like to do everything in let's remove that border. Who cares? So I like to do everything in about an hour radius, right? Because if it's an hour radius, worst case is I drive a half an hour, they drive a half an hour, and I drive half an hour all day long to pick up phones. Sometimes I drive even 45 minutes because, I was making $11 an hour at my old job, so if I can drive 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, I drive for an hour and a half. It's not hard work. I'm driving. I'm listening to either music and being entertained or self-improvement and growing, and I pick up a phone I make, $150 on. That's definitely worth it for me. I used to drive for Uber, so, an hour and a half in Uber wasn't making that much. So, I'm going to zoom out, and this is about the whole area I cover. So you'll know your area, right? About where it is that you cover. And we go all the way out to here. Wentzville is only about a half an hour, so we go out a little bit. Okay, right there. Right there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all these different Warrenton. I'm going to look at all these different areas, and I'm going to start from the top right. And I'm starting right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from Warrenton, and I'm going to go down the list and work my way through like this. So I'm starting with Warrenton. So then I'm going to go to Warrenton. And then I'm going to start Warrenton. Buy, sell, trade. And then this is going to allow you to hone down. Hillsboro. We got to make sure. See those groups right here? I want to make sure that's checked. Let's see. Hillsboro, join. Boom. Buy, sell, trade just for Warrenton. I'm going to join that. I'm definitely going to join that. All right? And then after I do that, I would do BST. And then I would do Craigslist. Or then I would do swap, and then I would do Craigslist. And some of these will show up when you just type in your whole area, but doing this, there'll also be ones that pop up that don't show up for that. So this allows you now to kind of get all these little cities or towns. Then I'm going to do Wright City. Then I'm going to do Wentzville. Then I'm going to do Lake St. Louis. Then I'm going to do O'Fallon. And again, it would be, and then I'm going to hit all these. Troy, Moscow, Winfield, St. Peters, Cottisville, Weldon Springs. So let's just do Weldon Springs. Weldon Springs. All right. And we're going to do buy, sell, trade. Groups. Look at this. Weldon Springs, buy, sell, trade. St. Louis, blah, blah, Weldon Springs. And some of these you'll have already joined. You'll probably find some that you haven't. I like to join ones that have good people in here. So this one's got 2 people. I'm not going to join that. But 1,000 plus is good, right? So I'm joining all these. And then after that, I would do BST and then swap. And then St. Charles and then St. Peter and then all these, right? And then if we zoom in even more, like you'll know your area. If there's like Like out here is kind of a little bit more country, so stuff's spread out. In St. Louis, though, things are a little bit more compact. So I would actually zoom in a little bit and see if anything else. See how more stuff popped out? Overland popped out here. So I'm going to do Overland buy, sell, trade. Make sure look at that. Overland, well, that's estates. So that might be, I don't know what estates means, but I think that's homes, vehicle support. Yeah, but look at this. Overland buy, sell, trade. Join. Kansas City, not going to join that. Kansas City, not going to join that. But I would join that Overland one. And then buy, sell, trade, barter. Boom. Join that. So, you know, if you're in the country, right, and you kind of know your area, like I know these are kind of the main things. And like, this is kind of the country right here. So I'm not going to like zoom in here. Let's see, there's not even, but if there's like a small thing here that had 30 people, I'm not going to do that one. But in the St. Louis area, it gets more condensed here, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and I'd hit all these. Overland, University City, Clayton, Richmond Heights, and then I know here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and see if anything else pops up. Maybe not, but we got Kirkwood, these are all good. Sunset Hills, these are all good. So, after you do your general one, right, Austin, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, whatever it is, pull up the map and do all these. And then also, I'm in St. Louis here, but like Edwardsville is only like a half an hour from me. So of course, what am I going to do? I'm going to do Edwardsville. I'm going to do, these are smaller ones. And this is kind of a little bit more country, so I wouldn't do that. Just because it's smaller area, but I'm going to do Edwardsville for sure. I'm going to do Fairview Heights, Belleville. And I'd have to Google how far it is. I'm probably not going to go out that far. But I'm definitely going to make sure I do like Belleville, Illinois, Fairview Heights. O'Fallon, Illinois is good. Edwardsville. Glen Carbon's good. So that's how we do that. So make sure, once you do that, and you know, you got a week or two, probably a couple weeks that goes by, join 10 groups a day, you're going to be in a bunch of groups. Now let's talk about the ads. So, what we're going to do for the ads is, let me go ahead and pull up my actual one right here. This is what we're going to do for the ads. So we're going to do buy, sell, trade. And then I'm just going to, let's do, this is a good one. So for the ads, what we're going to do is we're going to go to sell something. Now, you can alternate between this. Some people have better success in sell something. Some people have better success in start discussion and making an ad and start discussion. I do just fine in sell something, but I do like to mix it up because I get decent results kind of from both. But if like you're doing sell something and having issues, then do start general discussion. What are you selling? I buy smartphones. We're going to make it just like a Craigslist ad except for one thing. Price, $4.45. I buy smartphones. I pay cash. I pay cash on the spot. Remember, I'm using the spaces. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. All conditions. Right, repeat title. Address main concern. Benefit. Message me for a free quote. Now, the only thing different is Craigslist, you're going to say call or text for a free quote. Facebook groups, you're going to say message me for a free quote. Why? Because Facebook groups, you're going to get the most leads by communicating with people on the platform that they're on. So, Craigslist, you're going to call and text people from Craigslist because you can't really send them like a Facebook message. But when people are on Facebook, it's easy for them to send you a Facebook message than it is for them to call or text you. You could try call or text if you'd like. That's totally cool. No problem. But I don't recommend it, and I recommend following this outline until you're doing $1,000 a week in profit, and then you can do whatever you want. But I recommend following the outline that's proven to work. So we say message me for a free quote. Because if someone's on Facebook, it's just easier for them to send you a message when they're on there than for them to go in the other room, get their phone from the charger, enter in the 5-digit passcode, they mess it up, they have to enter it again, they have to hit the green icon, they got to pull up the thing where it says call, they got to look at your phone number and type it in 3 numbers at a time. It's easier, we got to cater to the customer, it's easier for them just to message us. So it should say message me for a free quote. Now, what else does that mean? That means when we're doing ads, my friends, The ads images, because everything is congruent, right? If the title says smartphone, description says smartphone, image says smartphone. If we're going to have a message us, we would not use this. Oh, okay, sorry. We're not going to use one with a phone number. We're not going to use one with a phone number. Phone numbers for Craigslist. We're going to use a message me for your free quote. Message me for your free quote. Why? Because the description says message me. The image is going to say message me. So let's use, and again in the back office I got a bunch of these. This one right here. So I buy smartphones. I buy smartphones. Why would I not use this one? Why would I not use this one? Because this one says, I buy Apple products, message me for a quote. I wouldn't use this image for this ad because I'm advertising for smartphones. Now, if I wanted to use this image, that's cool, but we would have to mix it up like this. I buy Apple products. And then we would make that here. Now, this image is good. Because now the title... Okay. Now the title says Apple products. The description says Apple products, and the image says Apple products. So it's all congruent. It all has to have the same message. Can't have Apple products here, smartphones here, and I buy iPhones here. And then I'm not going to post a marketplace. It'll say marketplace. You're going to uncheck that, and I post to one group at a time. I don't select multiple groups, and I'll show you why. Then I'm going to hit post. Sometimes it'll stick right away. Sometimes they're going to review it. It doesn't matter because you're going to post 8 ads a day, and sometimes they'll review. And then look at this. Look how pretty this is. I buy Apple products. I buy Apple products. All conditions. I pay cash on the spot. Message me for a quote. And then it repeats itself. Beautiful. Would we want to be using? Would we want to be using this image for Facebook groups? No, because which image is better? If we were in a perfect world, which image is better? This image is better. This image shows out more, it stands out more, gets people's attention, and it's easier to read. This image right here is more disguised. We use the disguised one for the apps in the marketplace, but when we're doing the Facebook groups, and we don't have to disguise the image, we're using images like this. Border, easy to read, standout pops. Images like this. Border, easy to read, standout pops. Images like this. Border, easy to read, stands out, pops. In the back office, I have a bunch of these. I have ones that say message me for a quote, and again, you can just use those as well. You don't have to create your own and just start winning. So that is that. Final tip is this is what I did, okay? When I was doing Facebook groups, I had in each Facebook group, see this Facebook group right here? There's this URL right here. This URL right here. This URL right here, see Facebook groups? This will take you to this Facebook group. So after I joined, I had over 100 groups I was in. I made a Word document, and I listed every single group I was in. So I'm in this one. And then, let's see. I was in, if you go to your Facebook, you're going to have to dig around for it yourself. But if you go to your Facebook, you'll be able to pull up all the groups that you're in. It's like under settings, or you can Google it, but they'll take you to a place where it'll show you every single group you're in. So what I did is I went through that whole list, and I opened up each group, and I took each of the URLs, because each group has its own URL. So I had this URL, and let's say, and you guys see I'm, for intensive purposes, and I had that group I was in, and then I had this group I was in, and I think it was like 120 groups. And then what I would do to make sure I was posting not in like the same 5 groups every day, and make sure I was posting in different groups, I would wake up, and when I'm doing my ads, I would post in the first 10 groups. So I would open up each of these links. It would be the first 8 links, and I would make posts in those groups. And then what I would do is just pretend these are all different groups. Then what I would do is after the 8 groups, let's say this is 8 groups, I would make a space here, and I would say start below, and I would save this. And then the next day, I would post to these next 8 groups. And then I would move the thing down, I would say start below and save it. You guys see what I'm saying? I would say start below, and I would remove this. And then the next day when I came, I would start below and I'd post to these other groups. And this way, guys, again, I wasn't guessing. I was posting to every single group. This made sure I was posting to every single group. And the other thing it did, which was kind of a benefit, but I didn't care, is that the admins wouldn't get pissed off at me as much. Because I'm in like 100 groups, or like 120 groups, and I'm posting like 8 ads a day. So it's like, it'd take me like 10 days or like almost 2 weeks before I would go through all the groups and I would start back from the beginning. So it's not like I'm posting the same ad in the same group every day. If that was the case, I wouldn't care because I'm about getting my money. But it's kind of a nice benefit. So that's the strategy. Let me go ahead and recap, make sure we got everything for Facebook groups, how to join, the perfect ad, rotating groups, 8 ads a day. The 8 ads, guys, you can post them all at once. Craigslist is good to mix up, right? Like 4 in the morning, 4 at night. You're posting in 8 groups a day, just do it all at once. It's no problem. Like I do all my ads in the beginning of the day. So I'd wake up, I'd make sure to get Craigslist up, apps in the marketplace, Facebook groups, and I don't know if there's any other platforms that I'm forgetting, but Facebook groups, the 8 Facebook groups, just post all of them at once for the day, and then you're good. And then you're letting the leads come in. So, if you like this video, let me know what you think about it in the Facebook group.